offended. But a smart man gets to a point where he understands that he's not strong. Oh, I had no struggles in my life. If I'm going to make it on this earth, I got to make it by manipulation. Oh my God, that comes from knowledge. That comes from information. How can I use a strong man against himself? What I'll do is I'll allow him to come up. Yeah, because I understand if we leave them at that level, the strong man, the one with strength, he's going to begin to break forth and totally overcome us. Whew, this is going to be a hard message because I got some other folks listening to me. I want you to listen to me. So what? Now, if you're not racist, you can handle this message. But the man with no struggles was the man with no strength. But he had information. And that information was powerful as long as strength never combated it. Oh, God, that was beautiful. And so he sat in position with just information. Black folks didn't totally have information. Oh, brown-skinned folks, they didn't have as much information. Caucasians started off with information. Follow me here because I'm taking you somewhere. So now he saw something. He saw animals. He saw something trembling. I don't care who you are. Black, white, Hispanic, Chinese. You stand out in the field, let's say Africa, and you see that lion roar. You know that that thing is stronger than you. Your mentality tells you to run. Get out of the way. You know you can't beat that lion. It's never known. There's very few men can actually come up against a lion hands-on, hand-to-hand, combat. Now, there's some folks that have been trained to fight against lions. Yeah, we got some crocodile hunters out there too. Those are white men. They learn how to, but look at the mentality of the two types of white man. Crocodile hunter, where did he stay? In the field. Back in slavery, white man wasn't known to be out in the field. Not too many of them in the field. So they what? Had no experience. They had no struggles. They had no strength. But they manipulated. They operated in what? Information. Ooh. That's all information is. When you put information together, you're manipulating it. Oh, my God. My God. When you bring it together, you're forming something. You're getting by with just information. I feel it in my spirit. And so now, we're in the point where strength is coming up against information. And so what did information do? Because information is smart. Information can be a form of wisdom when it's placed in the right place. Not God's wisdom, but the wisdom of men. So what the men did that was in authority, and I don't want to offend no one by saying Caucasian, but they were the ones in authority. Let's figure out how to keep that which is stronger than us, less than us. What do? So what they began to do is give them advancement, selecting certain ones. They were still in control. They were good with ratios and percentages. If I take a certain amount of these and place them in certain positions, I still have authority over them. If I give them a little room to grow and less room to come together, I know the mentality. And see, we were like mouse. Let's test them. We're going to test them. Let's see what happens if we put about 10 of them up in here. And we're going to control them. We're going to teach them how to control them. You know, we're going to befriend them and let them say, okay, we on y'all side. Let's give them a little leeway. Let's give them a little room, right? And so we turn them around and we look down upon them and we say, okay, we have them down there. We're going to teach them how to be like us. And so what they began to do as they kept them people up with them, they began to weaken their strength, yet give them more information. But what they didn't know is that information was going to breed, because the next generation of who they were was going to get information. And yet they want to try to blend in with what they saw. They look at the Caucasian and say, that's not my kind. And so because the Caucasian at that time kept them a distance, but yet they slowly dropped down ingredients, gave them, opened up the door a little bit for them, and they began to come up. They kept them in the middle. And one of the worst things you can do is keep a person in the middle, because just like Moses, he learned Egyptian, but he also had Israelite in him. Oh my God, that's beautiful, baby. How could he defeat so many? Because he was raised an Egyptian. He was given information. He was given the power of the Egyptian. He was given the authority, but yet he had Israelite in him. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's beautiful. You mean to tell me that they kept them halfway? Because we have to keep them, you know. This is strength, you know, strength. The discouragement began to kick in. We first understand that there are some powerful people Oh my God. Why are they powerful? Because of the struggle. Even in the Bible, it talks about how Egypt began to put hardship on Israel. And the more hardship they put them on, the stronger they became. The more they begin to multiply. Why? Because strength was powerful. Strength was powerful. Amen. 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 So now you have a person who's in between, and you've given them an education of a Caucasian man. You allow them to learn. You didn't set them same limitations on them totally. And so now they're going back and forth. They're dealing with their people, and they're still yet struggling because you're still putting them in the area to where I got to be better than them because there's some hatred. And so now at the same time, they're understanding. They have knowledge. They have wisdom. Together, knowledge and wisdom, my struggles and information. Please don't give me my struggles and information, because that's going to teach me, okay, I'm looking at gender. I'm looking at color. And what am I doing? I'm basing it on what I can see. Look at the ratio here, because I've learned how to add and subtract, multiply and divide. And I'm looking at the ratio and saying, something is not quite right. Why don't you have the majority of that color? If you take 10 red apples and you put them with 5 oranges, and then you look at yourself and you're orange. Okay. And then you keep me amongst my people, but you give me a little success. So what I'm going to start doing is, even if it's just the ones I love, even though you don't give me permission, I'm going to start enhancing them. And before you know it, they're enhanced people. And so now we're in the point to where now people are operating with just a mentality. It's like just a wish. Yeah. And that wish is just a hatred, especially when it's a thought of racism. And when racism is in the mind and it's no longer in effect, it cannot have the power or the control that it used to have. It's just a wish. It's just a mentality that's been robbed of being free because it's been overtaken. All it has is history. It has information on what was. So it's angry because it feels like it should be an authority. And it didn't see that what it brought up and what it tried to manipulate actually manipulated it. And so it's in bondage to it. It's in bondage to its own mind. It's in bondage to its own thoughts. So what is it trying to do? Now listen to me, because I'm going to bring this to an end. I got 3 minutes left. You got people who are free now. You've already gave them what you had. Here it is, y'all. Here it is. Let me go ahead and finish this. The people that were in slavery had no knowledge. That's why they stayed in slavery. Okay? Trust me. I'm about to go somewhere with this. Here you are now trying to put on what was then. You're trying to bring it back and forth with people who has what? Knowledge. How could you keep strength and knowledge together and think you're going to keep it in bondage? You cannot put strength and knowledge in bondage anymore. Understand me, baby. You may have fear in motion. Fear is what's keeping them holding back. Oh, God. But fear will not be able to contain strength for long, because you keep strength in the box. What is strength going to do? It's going to break out. What do you think is about to happen? Strength is about to break out. They've been so lackadaisy. Come on. Even strength been low lackadaisy to where it's gotten lazy. But now it's being activated. Why? Because something in them is making them aware that there's danger lurking. What is the danger? A possibility is about to occur. So what is it gradually doing? It's gradually waking up that I better get up on my feet. And one thing you don't want strength to do is to wake up. Oh, Lord, please don't let Samson come out. Ignorant man did not understand. Even a blind man with strength could come forth and destroy, because he didn't destroy in his vision. He didn't destroy just thinking. He destroyed activating motion, and all you needed to do was free him and he would come out, baby. And I saw it happening here. I saw strength come out. There's no way you can take strength back in slavery with knowledge. Information was withheld from strength. That's why strength struggled so hard to get up. But when strength got up, information had to move aside. Information had to hold over and give what it had, because strength took authority. And strength said, give me that. I want that information. And strength began to work with information, and it became more powerful than anything. And see, some of you still trying to get strength, but you don't want to go through the struggles. No one is willing to go through struggles. And so information is easier. It's just knowledge. It's easy for me to get information. But in order to get strength, which is wisdom, I got to get hurt sometime. I got to go through some struggles. I got to be lied on. I got to be talked about. I got to be abused. I got to be what? But you can't hold me down. Why? Because I'm too strong. Come on. You can't hold down strength. Amen. I got to let this go.